right, well, Sistas fans, I was on Twitter and over the weekend just reading over tweets between, the 2 to 5 inches of snow we got. I was inside a lot. So I came across, a person with a tweet that said something to the effect of, so Zach and Fatima are trying to pin the blame, or at the very least, up Hayden on the suspect list up to number one in order to prevent themselves from, going down for the murder or murder attempt of Gary Borders. And the question was, so what if Hayden goes down for this crime and he didn't do it? I guess the tweet was asking the question of, would Zach, or let me just say, would Fatima have any sort of remorse? I'm not going to lie. I mean, on the one hand, I know a majority of the fan base would go, no, she wouldn't. I mean, think of it this way. It's like, payback, because remember, Hayden was conspiring against Zach in season 2 by having those drugs planted in, like, what was it? Was it the hubcap of one of the back tires of the chain breaker truck? Or was it in the spare tire in the back of the chain breaker truck? It was something like that. I remember the plot reminded me of Warlock from the Haves and the Have-Nots, where Mitch Malone had some of his family members plant drugs in one of the tires of Warlock's car, and then he got arrested for it. So a similar situation happened here, and Hayden was conspiring to have Zach locked up for good for a crime he didn't commit. Unbeknownst to him, Karen expedited this situation by having him arrested for the whole credit card thing too. So it was like, double the bad luck for Zach on that particular day when he got pulled over. So when it comes to Hayden, it would feel really messed up. And look, I'm not trying to be sympathetic to Hayden like some people may have accused me in, previous seasons, but I'm just looking at it from the perspective of what we've seen written in the show. All of a sudden, Fatima is sort of, I guess you could say, more sympathetic to the idea of making the phone call to have this person and that person wiped off the map. Because remember, when Zach's like, you got a murderer on speed dial, why don't you just call her up? Well, these are people. And it's like, wait, what? I mean, that hasn't stopped you before, but it does feel messed up that you would point. Well, then again, if I were in their shoes and I'm being accused of a crime I know I did not commit, I would try to do my own investigation to get the people off my back. Now, as to whether or not the direction I point them in gets another person arrested who didn't do it, well, I don't know. I feel like there's a difference between exonerating yourself and then accusing someone else of a crime when you're not even 100% sure they committed. So I feel like there is a bit of a gray area, and I think there could be an open and good discussion about whether or not, let's say Hayden, hypothetically, let's say he did not stab Gary at all. That doesn't mean he didn't go to the wedding venue with the intention of getting revenge, but in the case of being stabbed, he didn't do it. Let's say he didn't do it, because I think that if we go off of what Gary revealed in the last episode, he saw a woman. That indicates it was a female that stabbed him, not a male. How would you feel if Hayden got arrested and put down for this crime? Because it is kind of like, well, I don't know. Think of it this way. They had no problem telling Andy they don't believe that Penelope did it, but they're not against doing what needs to be done in order to incriminate Hayden. And then let's say if Hayden does get arrested for a crime he didn't commit, they could be like, well, I mean, we presented evidence to get the feds off our back. Now, if the feds weren't thorough enough to do a proper investigation and determine that Hayden didn't do it, that's on them. That's not on us. But at the same time, you got the ball rolling. I feel like there's a lot of he said, she said, and pointing the finger at this person, that person. And look, I think I've made this reference several times on the channel, but I remember in Sunday school, um, during the month of Easter, because Easter is interchangeable between what month of the year it is, whether it be what, March or April, right? I remember the teacher was like, so who is to blame for Jesus being, crucified? And it's like everybody in class gave a different answer. Judas, oh, Peter for denying him, Pilate for, not letting him free when he had the chance, and letting that murderer Barabbas have a, chance of getting free based off what the people wanted, or, this person, that person. It was so many people. And the teacher was like, well, it's not one person's fault. It's like there were many dominoes that fell over, leading to the end result. And that was I was like 7 years old, and here I am 33, and I still remember that. And that was just so heavy, because sometimes it's not just one person who is to blame for a situation. There are different, factors that need to be taken into account. So if Hayden was arrested, I'm not going to lie, I could probably see Fatima being like, I don't know, Zach, I think we should, do something. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Fatima? Based off the way their characters are written this season, I could literally see something like that happening. Like imagine Mona calling Fatima, talking about, I can't believe Hayden did that. His mom has been crying. I've been talking to her over the phone, and, she talked to him and he says he didn't do it. And I think Fatima would have a change of heart. Now, this is one of the few times I'll be like, maybe it's the pregnancy, that's got her hormones feeling some sort of nurturing way. Like, we need to get the little insect out of here. He didn't do it. What are you talking about, Tima? We cleared our names. We didn't get him arrested. Come on. After all the stuff he's done, I could see the story going that way. I literally could. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.